All right. Hi. So, hey, when y'all see this episode, it's probably gonna be with the way that I'm gonna queue up these videos. It's probably gonna be like a day or two since the last one that went up. But for us, it's been literal months. Don't worry about it.
Do you, do you need a refresher?
Um, you know what? It would be nice to know where the hell we were.
Hey,
All
we
right,
have a
so
refresher. I can't
either-
remember my places.
Either I can so there is an in-game refresher button under the bracer book, but I can also just give a quick summary of what's been going on. At least what I think you're at this point.
Under the where?
Under items in books. And I believe it's the bracer notebook, and then Roland. It's on the tab left. I don't know what button that is, but I think, but you know where it says memo, just left of that.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. I just don't know how to tab over to that. Come here, mouse.
Okay, so these are the quests that you need to. So you
Persil
still need
farm
to do.
monsters.
Okay, so essentially, I'm just gonna go over everything that we went over last time very quickly. So essentially,
Wait,
this
wait, wait, wait,
world-
wait, 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 wait.
I'm waiting.
On the last episode of Legend of Heroes: Trails in the Sky. Now do it.
Basically, both Joshua and Estelle became junior bracers, so they're bracers in training. Bracers are basically RPG protagonists for hire, and their dad had to skedaddle to do important lore stuff that we don't get into right now, so we're not going to.
We're not cool enough. We're just kids.
Yep.
Side quest right now.
We've done all the side quests.
Oh.
It's just going to Persil Farm, which is on this road.
It is time to get into combat to remember this game.
Oh, we gotta go get that thing that you couldn't beat last time.
I was trying not to remind him to do that, but okay.
What do you mean? Why would you not remind him to do that? If
Because
we
he
didn't
can do
remind
it
him, the
later.
viewers would. I know as a viewer.
I do remember that I, for some reason, decided it would be a great idea to play this game on hard.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did think it was a great idea. And I told you it was a bad idea.
And I
by the
said,
time I got the words out
fuck
of my
that.
mouth,
It's a
you-
just fine idea. So
To be fair, this game is also definitely the easiest in the series. You get some mechanics that are very easy to abuse. Just as a refresher, HP obvious, EP is your magic, and it works the same as every other RPG. And CP is for crafts, which are your physical skills, and you get those either by doing actions or by getting hits. And you also can't rest in an inn in this game to recover CP.
yeah,
It's like,
whenever the way I think of CP is I think of CP as like a fighting game super huge.
Yeah, that's a good
So-
way of putting it.
Yeah, that's where my brain goes. I love these things. I remember these things now. They're my favorite thing on the face of the planet.
Yeah.
They're so great and wonderful, and
Our favorite.
it's just like, hey, we're gonna attack at a distance and shove you back every time we hit you.
So much fun.
Oh, there's a box. And, like, it's not even a subtle knockback either. It's like, you were getting yeeted.
Yeah, it is like you're right. I didn't even think that hard about it. I'm like, man, every time you get hit in this game, you just get thrown a little bit.
Oh, also, because someone's always gonna ask, Joshua and Estelle are 16 in this game.
Oh.
Yep. So, they're not legal.
Stop having crushes on them.
Unless you're 18 years old, 18's okay. 18 to 16 is not outside, it's not part of the... there's a thing that the XKCD webcomic did called the standard dating creepiness rule. Don't date someone younger than half your age plus 7. Half of 18 is 9, 9 plus 7 is 16. An 18-year-old dating a 16-year-old, not creepy, right?
Mm-hmm.
A 22-year-old should not date younger than a 20-year-old, not creepy. A 32-year-old shouldn't date younger than a 25-year-old. By the time you're 25, you're mature enough that you could probably handle somebody in their early 30s. Not creepy.
Plus, also, your frontal lobe is fully developed by the time you're 25.
Alright, let's do some magic so that I don't have to get close to these.
Yeah, and also, it's really nice in this game that you get to see what they're weak to just by highlighting over them.
It's just like,
That
I'm gonna
may or may
look
not
at
be
you.
the case in future games.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Oh, also, in this arc, they have the superpower where if they eat any dish, they learn that recipe just by eating it.
Ooh. Is this the only arc they do that in?
Well, I'm actually... I don't know if they do it in Cold Steel. I haven't gotten to the point where they introduced cooking in Cold Steel yet. At least not majorly. But there is a joke in Cold Steel on how this guy, the chef that you talk to, is able to learn recipes just by eating them. And they're like, whoa, that's amazing. How in the world do you do that?
See, the thing is that whole taste it, now make it thing, unironically, is like, if you watch Hell's Kitchen, which, spoiler alert, I do. If you watch Hell's Kitchen, every season, Gordon has 2 recurring challenges. One of them is the blind taste test, and then later on, when the contestants have narrowed down a bit, they have a thing called Taste It Now Make It, where Gordon has you tasting and looking at some fancy dish, and then having to recreate it, including correctly identifying what the ingredients are, the techniques, the sauces, etc. Sometimes he's real sneaky about it. Like one year, when the Black Jackets had just gotten their black jacket, Gordon went into the dorms and was just like, hey, I'm here to make you breakfast. And he made like Eggs Benedict and like 5 or 6 other things. And most of the contestants were like, wow, this is great. Your breakfast is so good, chef. Thank you so much. And then the other 2 are like, there's a catch. They were immediately suspicious, and correctly so. Because they get into the kitchen and it's just like, all right, so your challenge for today is that really amazing breakfast you really loved, cook it. From memory. I did some different things to the ingredients, by the way. Like, he had real subtle changes to some of the stuff. So, it was a matter of, can you determine, like, in a lot of cases, it's, can you determine what this vegetable is? This hash is made out of 2 different vegetables. What are they? I have 3 purees on this dish. One's white, one's green, one's kind of beige. What are they? Did you say something weird like white asparagus? Congratulations, you win. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Get wrecked, son.
Oh, by the way, fun fact. So, this series in Japan got several re-releases. Trails in the Sky, for all 3 games have gotten several re-releases in Japan, and only Japan, that added tons of quality of life features, including full voice acting for every piece of dialogue.
Good
And I'm
lord.
so jealous. So I, of course, am not fully caught up with the series. But in the second arc, it's Japanese. Oh, it's only Japanese voice acting. There's no English voice acting. And then in Cold Steel, there's only voice acting mostly. It's like 90% voice acted. And it's very sad because, of course, Japan got 100% voice acted for the story. And I'm just jealous. Fuck you, Japan.
Thank you, Japan, for giving us this game in general, and we're thankful to at least have the game in general.
That is true. That is true.
You
Wait,
suck
this
for not
is-
giving us more, but we appreciate what you did give.
Japan can give and Japan can take it.
Yeah, Japan gives and Japan takes. And it's in the form of entertainment. Man, when's that new No Game No Life season coming out, guys?
Piece of cake.
No? Not a good meme? Alright.
Oh. Yeah, I had a feeling that I saw the Sepith. I still can't get over the name Sepith. But I saw the Sepith up on Estelle's turn, and I'm like, I'm spending the CP to kill one of these things.
Oh, by the way,
That's the time to do it, right?
yeah, typically crafts and S crafts will drop more Sepith on Sepith up turns.
Then yeah, my no matter when we come here, this place is always so tranquil. It's hard to imagine monsters running amok here.
If you want to be more exact, crafts that do like multiple hits in their animations will drop more Sepith compared to attacks that just hit the enemy one. It's a really weird mechanic, but at least
Cool.
that's how it works.
Anyways, read dialogue.
Oh, I thought you were Joshua. I
No,
certainly don't
I'm
miss
Estelle
anything.
because you made me Estelle specifically so that I'd have to say daddy a bunch of times in the first episode.
Well,
think
yeah.
that was
I certainly
why.
don't sense anything out of the ordinary either. Anyway, let's go ask someone here to fill us in on the details.
I wonder if Tio is home today. Woo! This is a very
Time to
fast camera.
steal all their food. I mean, play the game. Gimme, 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 gimme all the stuff. Dang, they don't have things to take. I can't take a thing. Can't
Oh,
even
yeah, that's
steal
right,
tomatoes. Rude.
You can't attack in the overworld in this game. That's alright. Get wrecked, nerd.
Hi, Tio.
It's been a while, hasn't it? This is Rose.
Go
I
ahead,
can do
Rose.
this. Estelle? And Joshua too?
Tio's like 12.
Oh.
Yep, little kid
Did you
voice.
guys come for a visit?
I have whiplash now. Jesus Christ. That was actually
You
weird.
said
You
said
did,
little
you
kid
did.
voice.
You understood the assignment. I was just not
You told
fucking
me.
prepared.
I can do voices sometimes.
Not exactly. We're here on bracer business. We heard that you've been having some trouble with monsters. Estelle and Joshua explain that they are here to do their father's work because he is away.
You finished all your training? That's wonderful news. Maybe you can help after all.
So there really are monsters giving you trouble, huh?
Regrettably, that's been the case for the past several days now. Thanks to which I'm suffering from lack of sleep.
Yeah, that's a thing you want to hear a 12-year-old say.
Which means the monsters only come out at night?
You're very
Oh,
Joshua.
we lost Rose for half of that line.
Oh no.
You're very perceptive, Joshua. It'd be better if you got all the details from my father, though. I imagine he should be back from delivering the milk and vegetables any time now.
Camera pans to the entrance of the farm where Dad is limping in, clutching a bleeding wound.
Oh my gosh. See, I couldn't tell how old that character was, so I
Oh.
just did default voice.
Actually, let me check that, because now that I think about it, I don't know how old Tio is.
Oh my gosh. You said 12, so I said, alright, child.
I am under the impression they're somewhere in the 12 to 14 range, but I'm gonna.
Works for me. Oh, here we go.
Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Purzel.
How's everyone getting on these days?
Go ahead, Rose.
Joshua!
We lost you for half that line. We heard
Oh my
nothing
God.
and then just Joshua.
Hi. Okay. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua.
What brings you to our neck of the woods? Did you come to see Tio?
By the way, I was wrong. Tio is 16, just like Estelle and Joshua.
Okay, so slightly less kiddish.
Yeah.
We were actually just chatting with her outside.
To tell you the truth, we're here on an errand today from the Bracer Guild.
Estelle hands Mr. Purzel the guild referral, and Joshua explains that they are taking over for their father while he is away.
Is that so? But don't you think this job is a little dangerous for just the two of you to handle?
I agree. I'd feel terrible if one of you were to get hurt. Don't sweat it. We're bracers after all. And taking care of monsters is right up our alley.
The guild has even authorized us to carry out this task. If you wouldn't mind leaving it to us, we'd be more than grateful.
We'd be grateful to do your work for you, because we're RPG protagonists. I mean, what?
That's what we do.
I mean, they also only get paid for doing tasks.
Yeah.
Well, alright then. Go ahead and have at it. Thank you very much, Mr. Purzel. Then could you tell us a little more about the monsters that have been wrecking your fields? I haven't been able to get a clear look at one yet, but they seem to resemble something like a chubby cat. As far as I can tell, 3 or 4 appear at night, raid our fields, gnawing on anything they could get their grubby little paws on.
Threatening, exactly, but they're extremely nimble.
We keep missing the first bits of your lines.
I don't know why. It's
might
like
wanna-
Discord's flipping me off.
You might want to turn on push to talk.
Okay. Let me do that as soon as I find where my mouse went.
That's a mood. That's a big ol' mood.
They don't seem threatening exactly, but they're extremely nimble. We've tried many times to capture them over the course of the last several nights, but to no avail.
Sounds like a pretty strange bunch of creatures, if you ask me.
Since they only appear under the cover of night, we'll have to wait for it to get dark.
Then how about taking a load off until then?
I assume you'll also be joining us for dinner, right?
You said the magic word! You bet I will. I'm a huge fan of your cooking, Mrs. Purzel. I can't wait.
You sure know how to please a woman who spends a lot of time toiling in the kitchen.
The phrasing. Phrasing.
Phrasing?
You
And
sure?
for that, I'll whip you up something special that'll live up to your expectations.
I just. You sure know how to please a woman.
Sorry.
No, it's
the
not your
wording.
fault.
The
You didn't write the frickin' dialogue.
I know, but how I said it didn't help either.
Oh no, it's fine. It's not your fault. I ain't blaming you. I'm making fun of Nihon Falcom's writers.
Oh my gosh.
It's probably more of a. It's probably on the fault of more of Xseed Games, who would.
You know
localize
what?
it.
You know what? I'm actually going to go on record here and agree with you wholeheartedly, because while I do love Xseed games, I play a lot of Xseed games, they have so many instances where they make decisions where characters are just generally more horny coded than they really need to be. Like, don't get me wrong, a little bit of fan service now and again is great, but sometimes they just they can you not?
Fun fact, Trails in the Sky first chapter and second chapter, along with Cold Steel, were so hard and expensive to localize that it nearly bankrupted Xseed Games to do it. And they had to give it to another company
Oh my god.
for certain parts of second chapter, and after Cold Steel 2, they had to hand it off to a different company. I don't remember which one, but it was bad.
I love the fact that you have like this encyclopedic knowledge of this series. This is like your bread and butter. Now I understand why people are like, "Oh, Jason, it's so great when you get excited and start talking about stuff." I'm on the other end of it, and I'm like, "This is awesome."
Oh, the rest of the Trail series is localized by NIS America.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have a spicy take here too. Sometimes NIS America also has unnecessarily horny decisions when it comes to like localization and whatnot, but at least they're a little bit more tasteful about it. A little bit. Anyways.
Oh, and then also the entire second arc of Trails of Cold Steel was localized by fans. Sorry, the Trails from Zero and Trails to Azure were localized by fans and then made official.
See, that's how you do it. You make the first couple of the games, and then you get the fanatics involved. Oh, that was delicious. Your mom's cooking is as good as ever, Tio.
That's because she gets excited to cook whenever we have guests over for meals. I feel really bad for Joshua, though. With the little ones jumping all over him like that.
It's probably a good thing. Surprisingly enough, kids tend to latch onto him a lot. If anything, I'm more blown away by the fact that the children enjoy playing with such a stick in the mud.
I think that's a bit of an over-exaggeration, don't you? He's definitely courteous, and maybe even a tad reserved, but... if you get to know him, he's a really caring young man. The fact that he's not too self-conscious about it, too, gives him points in my book.
You really think so?
Think about it, with those striking facial features, mysterious amber eyes, and lush black hair. It's only natural that he'd be a target for all the young girls.
Is Joshua really that popular?
Are you blind, Estelle?
No, she just sees him as a brother and doesn't get, all doki doki for him like everybody else seems to.
Okay, to be fair, they were like 13 when they met. They didn't technically grow up together. They were like 13, 12.
Yeah, but here's the thing. 3-4 years of being raised together as siblings is enough that they're not gonna like get
It
the
is also
dokies.
Japan. It is also
Japan.
Japan.
Please let me just have this moment, okay?
Okay.
Just let me have this moment, please. Anyways, Rose, please continue.
Rumor has it that more than just a few girls have asked to go out with him. I hear that he turned them all down, though.
I had no idea. Joshua never said a word to me about it. I don't know how I should even begin to describe his secretive nature after hearing this, but how utterly cruel of him not to confide in me.
If you were a boy, I imagine it'd be a different story, but as a girl, I don't think that's something he'd want to talk to you about. And the fact that you hadn't fallen for him yourself is beyond me.
Huh? Why would I?
Estelle, you're in there, aren't you? It's about time to do our rounds.
All right, I'm coming. I'll be back after Joshua and I get the job done, Tio. I'd like to continue this conversation then, okay?
Oh, alright. Be careful out there, Estelle.
Like, I instantly know Tio's not a party member because she doesn't have a portrait.
Also, I will just say there is another character in the Trail series that's named Tio, who is significantly more important than this Tio.
Oh no.
That girl. She's either completely out of touch with matters of the heart, or just plain dense.
Or both.
Or both. Poor Joshua, he really has his work cut out for him.
What? But they're siblings! They were raised as siblings!
But it's But it's romance that happens sometimes, okay? Look, they're not blood related, alright? Japan doesn't care.
It seems as though the monsters always show up at about this time. We'd better get outside and take a look around. What's going on, Estelle?
I've got to ask, Joshua. You don't happen to have any secrets you're not telling me about, do you?
Come on now. Where are you coming up with this stuff?
Since you came to live with us, we've always done everything together, right? Even though we've had our fair share of fights, they're all good memories for me now. And what I mean to say is I've come to think of you as family in every sense of the word.
Estelle.
So if there's ever anything on your mind you'd like to talk about, I'm available to lend an ear. You know, about things like trouble with your love life and whatnot.
What are you trying to
God.
say?
Oh, God. I'm taking secondhand psychic cringe damage.
Welcome to the Brother Zone.
Gotta take that 1d4 damage, dude.
No, that was a D6, my guy.
Ooh.
No, that was a D8. She said you're family to me.
like friend zoned squared. Nothing. I just wanted to let you know that I'm here to listen if you need someone to talk to, that's all. Let's hurry up and get out there so we can kick some monster butt and stop talking.
What kind of nonsense is Tio putting into that girl's head?
Gossip.
Secrets, huh?
Gossip.
Gossip.
Wow, it's really dark out here in the countryside. So Joshua, how do you think we should go about making the rounds?
Let's see. How about we start by checking around the house first and then move on to the field, stable, and greenhouses?
That seems sensible.
We should be able to cover the entire farm by doing it this way.
Alright, let's go. Oh, realign the camera so that it matches the thing. And we're gonna... The thing being the mini-map, and we're gonna swoosh around and swish and swoosh and not find anything except some kids who are playing where they should not be playing.
I
Go
think those are the
inside?
farmers.
There's monsters?
Eh.
Are you okay, kids? Do you need help?
Where
I
are
guess
your
I never-
parents?
I never knew they were out there. I think those are
they're out.
adults. I think they're adults, though.
I should certainly fucking hope so. I don't know. Those look kind of kid-shaped to me.
To be fair, the chibi art style really hides age.
It does. It's awfully quiet. All I hear are the bugs chirping.
Doesn't look as if they've shown up yet. I wonder if they're aware of our presence.
Hey Joshua, did anyone ever tell you that story as a kid? You know, the one about babies being born in a cabbage patch?
Now there's another question entirely out of the blue. And no, I was told about an angel with silver wings who delivers them.
Interesting. So the explanation for where babies come from differs depending on the region, huh? I don't like this. Because eventually they're gonna learn where babies do come from.
How about we get back to work?
Indeed!
I think they know. I think they're old enough to know.
I hope they
babies
know
come
by
from.
this time.
Well, I mean, this is a world where the internet doesn't exist, so there's a very real chance that their teenage minds haven't been corrupted with dirty sex.
What are you talking about? My mother sat me down at 12 and drew me a diagram.
I should have figured monsters
What?
wouldn't bother coming in here.
Yes!
Alright. Well, your mother's very forward-thinking, then. Good on her. The glow of the ornaments sure give this place a romantic ambiance. No. It makes me feel like it was all worthwhile just setting foot in here.
You're definitely a ditz, Estelle.
At least it's better than being dense like someone I know. Alright. Stable, 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 stable. No monsters here.
Alright, let's keep moving. You can say it looks stable.
Alright, steal my puns. I see how it is.
Psst, fuck.
Meow.
Rose, you could do better than that.
I didn't do that. I thought Texas was
I know, and I'm saying
I know.
you could do better than that.
Alright, alright.
It's getting away. Hey, get back here, you little furball.
I can still sense its presence. It's staying put on the farm for the moment.
Oh, good, because it's about to get caught. I got him. I think it's time to teach this critter a lesson.
Here's where our job really starts, so stay alert and don't let your guard down.
And now I start using fire magic and accidentally burn all the cabbage.
Do it!
Oh god, no, I need to do an art that delays me a turn.
Those are crap. Or yeah, you got
Oh,
nothing.
damn.
There aren't crafts in this game that have the impede side effects, and those cancel spells.
Well, the thing is that I'm seeing that one of the frickin' rats has their turn on a attack up 50, and I really want that to not be the case.
You're probably fine.
Do 264 damage. Be a bro.
.306.
Second year!
Oh shit, I made it worse.
Uh-oh.
Well, actually, it doesn't count arts. Strength. Oh, okay. I don't remember if strength affects art damage in this game. I know in future games it has strength and art strength, which are different stats. Crop Muncher's playing dead. I love when they do that.
Ow.
And you're probably gonna... Yep, so that's fine. Oh, come on! You couldn't just extend your arm?
No, Estelle's the one with long range, not Joshua.
Yeah, but look at the size of the blade and his arm. He just had to reach out and poke the thing.
Courtesy you game devs.
The hitbox just wasn't big enough.
Oh boy, blindness.
But I think this is your first time seeing blindness in this game.
You can stop that anytime now. I
Now
wish
blindly
that I
stab
had a
at it.
craft ready to go, but I don't, so... Awesome. Amazing.
Also, here's a hint. Blindness actually doesn't affect spell accuracy. Only crafts and normal attacks. Because I don't think spells can miss in this game.
My goodness, could you please
I don't think
stop?
they can.
Oh, that was a kill on a
look, it's
7th
up.
turn. Perfect.
That's that then. Let's move out.
That's what I wanted. Give me my shiny rocks. And a dirty carrot. Giggity.
Now we're stealing crops.
It's just what I always wanted. All right, here we go.
Mew?
My goodness, the work of Bracer is something else. You kids have done a fine job of rounding up these critters. It was nothing, really. I wanted to ask you, though, now that they've been caught, what do you plan on doing with them? Now that we've given these critters a good thrashing, I don't think they'll cause any more trouble.
Estelle, how's that going to benefit anyone if we show these creatures any mercy now? We're here to do a job by exterminating the monsters, remember?
But
In any case, we're here to do a job in Dad's place. If the same thing happens again, what will you have to say for yourself?
I see what you're getting at, but...
Rose.
Rose, that's you.
Oh yeah, I forgot Tio was me. I was like, I wonder when the next voice is gonna come.
Oh,
Wait.
amazing.
You know, it was only some vegetables that were damaged, so...
What do you think about letting it slide this time?
You know, after taking a beating like that, I'm sure they've learned their lesson.
Tio, Mrs. Purzel.
But in this case, I strongly suggest otherwise.
Damn, Joshua, you want to spill blood.
Joshua's
Blood for the blood
cold
god.
stone killer.
I myself am against killing them too. Whether it's us or them, the fact of the matter is, we're all living beings trying to survive on the same land. To some degree, I think we need to be mindful of those creatures living around us as we go about our daily lives. I know you may disagree with me, Joshua, but would you mind sparing these critters just this once? We'll still pay you.
Understood. Since this is coming from the ones who suffered the actual loss, I won't object to your request.
Really sorry about this, Joshua. I know I had you two come all the way up here. I'll make sure to reinforce the fence and devise a way to prevent this from happening again. Then that's that. Alright, you critters, you better count your blessings. If we catch you around here again, you won't be so lucky. Now scram!
I hope my meow noises were impressive for this.
Actually, that one it didn't come through.
No! Stan, I worked really hard on that one. I said Mika.
Well, I'll consider this matter closed. Tonight's been a long night, so how about we head back to the house and hit the sack? The two of you are more than welcome to spend the night. Sounds good to me.
I appreciate your hospitality.
Joshua, you are such a stick in the mud. Man, I'm beat. It's really late, so how about we hit the sack? Joshua? What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I made the situation really awkward for everyone.
Huh? You talking about what happened back outside? Don't sweat it. Guarantee you nobody thought anything of it. Just the three weirdos on the other side of the screen who think you're a murderer now. Really, your judgment was the most sound of anyone's.
No, it wasn't. I'm just cold-hearted and indifferent is all. Even now, I still think we shouldn't have shown any mercy and simply put those creatures out of their misery. Unlike you and Tio, I don't feel any compassion.
I do, they were cute.
It's at times like this that I really begin to loathe myself.
Oh no! Oh, we've got a self-hating protagonist here. Oh, it's gonna be one of those storylines. Joshua's the final boss of the game, isn't he?
I don't know if you actually want me to answer that question.
The fact that you the fact that you stifled for that long makes me think I just nailed it.
Well, no. I'm trying to carefully say my words because saying yes would obviously be a spoiler, but I also feel like saying no would also be a spoiler.
Oh God.
But if you really want to know, the answer is no.
Okay, but it's no in a fashion that like I could hear through the silence how your brain short-circuited. So I must be really close somehow. He might not be the final boss, but we're probably gonna have to kill him later.
No.
Oh no, he lives. Okay. Well, actually, no, that doesn't guarantee that he lives because we don't kill him. Maybe he dies from... He's gonna sacrifice himself to save us at the worst possible moment.
I'm... Do you want me to just tell you when your theories are wrong? Because that one's wrong.
Okay, okay. You can tell me when the theories are wrong.
Or at least I will say it if it's like just blatantly not what's gonna happen at all.
So yeah,
if it's close, I will say nothing.
it'll just be like that one episode of You Don't Know Jack where occasionally the host would just be like, "Wow, that's really wrong," and then you'd hear a toilet flush and you'd lose $6,000.
Joshua and Estelle have a story. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But they indeed have a story. It is a JRPG, so I hope they have a story. But they do indeed have a story.
I love it when games with stories have stories.
Oh my God!
I know, right?
And when they have stories in the stories, so we could story while we story.
Oh man, and then like the stories of the stories have like more stories in the stories.
Okay, we're
We
need
to the ground.
We're thinking too much about the stories, and we need to get back to the story.
It's almost as if there's something wrong with me as a person.
Are you a psychopath?
Maybe some part of my heart is broken or something.
Joshua! Don't you dare say things like that about yourself.
Estelle?
I've watched almost everything you've done for the past 5 years, and I'm confident in saying that I know your strengths and weaknesses better than anyone else, probably even more than you yourself. I won't allow you to just disregard everything with a bunch of nonsense. I don't ever want to hear you say you're broken again.
I'm sorry. It was foolish of me to say that.
As long as you understand what I said, that's what really matters. But you know what? Believe it or not, I was happy to hear you admit how you felt.
Why?
Your real problem, Joshua, is you always try to keep your feelings locked up inside. Whenever you're troubled or worried, you just go around with this nonchalant look and try to fix everything by yourself. It's a little upsetting for someone who's supposed to be your family.
Estelle,
Joshua, you were able to lay bare your own weakness today. You learned to trust in someone other than yourself. And for that, I'm happy.
I don't know what your point is, but I'm amazed that you can just stand there and say something as embarrassing as that.
I'm your adopted sister. I can say plenty of embarrassing things about you. I've got a whole lot more where that came from. But how about we call it a night? After all this endless running around, I'm ready to drop.
Alright then. Have a good night, Estelle. And thanks.
You're welcome, Joshua. Sleep tight.
And then the house exploded.
Thank you both. You did us all a great service. Once again, I apologize for things not turning out the way they should have.
Please, don't worry about it anymore. We were able to learn a lot from this experience ourselves. If there's anything else we can help you with in the future, please let the Bracer Guild know.
That'll definitely be the first place we contact.
Come visit again sometime when you're free, okay? We'd love to have you over for the night again, when things are convenient for you. I'll treat you to some of my best cooking next time you come.
Thanks for the information, Tio. Information. Thanks for the invitation. I can read. Shut up. Yes, I can. Thanks for the invitation, Tio and Mrs. Purzel.
We'll definitely be back to take you up on that when our work load settles down.
Spoiler alert, we're never going to have our workload settle down enough to go back to that farm.
Alright, how about we head back to the guild?
And Tex didn't immediately say it was wrong, so it's like pretty good chance I'm right.
Well, actually, I genuinely don't remember. That one is just I haven't played this game in a while, and I don't remember other than... Well, I mean, we'll be back. Oh, that's all I'll say. There's a point where we go back to the farm. I don't remember what happens when we go back to the farm. But there's a point where we have to go back. After we report this one, we can start on the next.
Sounds like a plan. On to the next one. Alright, let's get back to town. I'm not gonna bother to fight anything because... Oh yeah, that B button, not run.
Yeah, you almost never need to grind in this game, just because the way that the EXP scaling works in this game...
Is that grinding isn't worth the bother.
Yeah.
You're not grinding for EXP, you're grinding for Sepith.
Yeah, and money isn't the most valuable thing here. At least I don't think it is. There's only really one point I ever had to grind in a Trails game, and it's not this game, or even this arc. It's in the next arc.
Alright, Rose, do that reading thing.
Good morning. How did the job at the farm go?
We hit a few bumps in the road, but...
Let me give you a brief report of the details. By the way, Rose, I'm just gonna let you know now, Aina might be your best chance to use the Mirabelle voice in this game.
Oh, yeah, that's why I was using a version of it.
Yeah, just wanted to let you know. I'm not gonna say anything other than she's one of the better people probably to use on just because of her design and background.
I see. So you ended up setting the monsters free because the Perel's family requested you to do so?
Purzel, I think.
Purzel?
Purzel. Like pretzel. Purzel.
I see. So you ended up setting the monsters free because the Pretzel family requested you to do so?
Yes, they are now the Pretzel family.
I'll count it.
It's canon.
Thanks for the help, Tex. I think it was premature on their part, but I won't pursue the matter any further.
Is it okay to leave things at that?
The mission of a bracer is to protect the civilians and uphold justice. However, there are many ways we can protect those around us, and there are as many forms of justice as there are stars in heaven. As a bracer, it is your job to be able to discern these things.
Indeed, our work has very profound implications if you think about it in that way.
That's because we aren't an organization that strictly deals with monster problems. We also intervene when disputes arise between nations. To become a high-ranking bracer, one must have more than combat strength. A well-honed mind and flexible problem-solving skills are also required.
A sharp mind and problem-solving ability, huh?
Serious? The road to the big leagues sounds a lot steeper than I originally thought.
Well, then your only choice is to devote yourself to working hard every day. And since you're both here, why don't I give you the details of your next job?
Those are the words I've been waiting to hear. I'm ready for anything, so what you got lined up for this time? Another monster that needs a good whipping?
Not this time. This next job will entail the transportation of goods. And get this, your client is none other than Mayor Kloss himself.
Really? A request from the mayor?
Do you think it'll be alright leaving such an important task up to us?
From what I've heard, it's a pretty simple job. In any case, I'd like you to speak with the mayor directly about the details.
Woo!
Let's go check the notice board.
We gotta save on 69.
Yeah! And we'll check the notice board next time, because it is about that time. But yay, we got back into the swing of things, and I had to relearn to like advance the text like 3 words early when you two are talking, because you see everything like 12 frames late. But that's okay. That's okay. Because if it seemed like when you watch this back on YouTube, it's gonna seem like I'm hitting the button way early, but that's because this way, like, by the time you're finished reading the last 3 words, which neither of you have tripped up on, which very good, you're already ready to just continue the dialogue smoothly. I think of these things. They keep me up at night. Like the frenzied, angered screaming from an old god buried in chains.
By the way,
Fair
we're
enough.
like halfway done through the prologue now. Let's go.
5 hours and 58 minutes of playtime in! Let's go, baby!
Longest prologue ever.
Anyways, go follow Rose on YouTube and Twitch, and do all the other stuff that all the other YouTubers tell you to do. It means a great deal. Anyways, that's it for this episode. We will see you next episode and next game.